What is your American dream?
My American dream is just to live a comfortable life, like where I don't have to worry about bills, I don't have to worry about anything. I'm just living comfortably to support my family and be healthy.
My American dream is to build a legacy, like my family did, my past family did, that migrated over here. For my children.
My American dream is basically live in a world where there's less stigmatism about any culture and just to be more accepting, because I mean that's what America is built off of, a melting pot of different cultures.
American dream is to become an entrepreneur, and which I'm planning to start my own business very soon back home in Nigeria. I'm trying to gather a lot of experience and a lot of partners here in America. Nice. Then I'll take them to Nigeria.
I just want to be successful, be a role model to the next generation.
My dream, I have been into automobile sales before now. That's my father's business. I inherited that from him. And I look forward to that because, you know, since I've been here, I've been to their auctions, and it's so awesome to like get more experience about how they trade. Then we'll go back home and inculcate that into my own business too.
My American dream is to be successful and to like thrive in what I do.
Everyone has a right to the American dream.
Groundhog Sam! Oh, hello everybody! I was just about to dive into this beautiful bar of chocolate that Belgium Kim brought me back from Belgium! Thank you, Belgium Kim! It looks delicious and I can't wait to dive in. But first, did you guys miss yesterday's episode of Brad's Show Live? In case you did, Brad's back and is in great health, thank goodness, and yay, Brad's back. Yesterday, we showed you that Jonathan Elias and Anna Azcona went to Citi Field for the Mets versus Orioles game and to celebrate the first night ever of Dominican Heritage Night. We met DJ Cass of Scooby-Doo Pa Pa Pa. However, what was crazy is that the only person who's supposed to be on pain medication is Brad due to his surgery. However, I am wondering if the entire staff was on some sort of strange medication yesterday, because I was told to promote the fact that we went to the Puerto Rican Day Parade. What happens? They played the Mets instead, which was great, except Groundhog Sam had his own adventures at the Mets game at Citi Field and wanted to show you. This was the first time Jonathan has ever been to a baseball game. My first time too. Oh, Yo-Yo and I have so much in common. Well, it was truly amazing. I made friends with a Mets fan dog, and I got to see all the beautiful Dominican dancers. And then I even got to go on the field, which was really cool, and I saw Jose Reyes getting an award. But then they kicked me off the field. Why? Because I'm a groundhog and they thought I was going to burrow, and I just think that's wrong, even though, to be quite honest, they are right. I was looking at starting to burrow. There was a lot there, a lot to burrow down in. Anyway, so then I got to go up to the skybox, which was pretty incredible as well. And guess what? The biggest cool thing was I got to meet Mr. Met. I met Mr. Met. Wow. Anyway, enjoy today's show. What's on today's show? Well, you'll have to watch to find out. Enjoy. Now I'm going to get back to this bar of chocolate. Hee hee hee. Ha 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 ha.
All right, welcome everybody. And I think Groundhog Sam mistook burrowing from he's going to the borough of Queens, maybe, but certainly not allowed to burrow through Citi Field, making holes in the baseball diamond.
He got kicked off.
I'm very surprised. I wouldn't be surprised he didn't get kicked off.
No, he did.
Yeah, because he's a groundhog.
I'm surprised
Groundhogs make holes. They made a whole movie, Caddyshack. Bill Murray was trying to kill the groundhog.
This is true.
On the golf course.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm really shocked they let him on
I'm
the field.
very surprised they let her on the field, him on the
That's
field,
true.
her on the field.
He
whoever it may
actually,
be.
he or she
He or
actually.
she, yes.
Yeah.
How did that? I thought security was pretty good there. They let
Security
the groundhog.
was actually really good,
And they
but
they let the groundhog
Groundhog
on.
Sam hid.
Until Sam came like flying out of somebody's pocket. They're like, "What the hell is this groundhog doing on?"
Got a couple pictures, and security was like,
said,
"Get off."
Get groundhog, you're out of here.
So cute.
So meanwhile, yes, we
hilarious.
showed yesterday your whole little trip, the whole Brad show. Did a trip to Citi Field last week, while you were taking a trip to Belgium.
I was,
thus the name Belgium Kim.
Thus the name.
While I was taking a trip through the emergency room and operating room and that was my trip. That was my trip last week. Everybody had their own. Everyone had their own great time.
We all were on our trips.
I got operated on by an old man, and 2 children were my nurses apparently on that picture. There.
Right.
That was me. That was me on the operating
Stomach
table.
was a little swollen.
Stomach was a little swollen. Yeah, that's not how I look in real life. Thank God.
That damn gallbladder.
Obviously, they have to change the lens on that camera.
Right. Not too accurate.
It was not an accurate picture of what was going on.
The doctor on the bottom doesn't look anywhere near your gallbladder, Brad.
Looks like he's about to stab me in the neck.
Yeah. What's going on there?
Gallbladder.
Yeah. Well, that was very funny.
Yeah.
Who said that yesterday? That was our comment of the day.
Alex
said that.
Yeah.
He said they're changing it to gallbladder now.
That's cute.
I like that.
So anyway, happy Tuesday, everybody, and welcome back, Belgium Kim.
Thank you.
And Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias
Thank
here
you.
again. Thank
Yes,
you.
Thank you.
Right, we're glad you're here every day.
Yes, I'm glad to be here.
And we got to say hello to everybody who's with us as well.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my God, so many on Brad Show Live already. We could spend probably till 6:30 saying hello to everybody who said hello so far.
They missed you, Brad?
Yvonne Steele was the first to say hello, and Patrona Collins, number 2. Arlene, number 3. Jolene, just being a little lazy with a thumbs up. Marsha, how you doing? Barbara Lord, Velma Gale, Tanisha McNabb, Denisha John, Cordella Douglas, no longer Willery. She's married now, married lady.
Oh, I saw her post her happy anniversary post
off the market.
Other day.
By the way, I got in the mail today a very nice card from Grandmama.
From Grandma?
Grandma, yeah.
Aww.
Yeah. Marge.
Yeah.
I know it's Marge.
Nice.
So it was very nice. She sent me a very nice card. Hope to feel well. So it was very sweet of her.
That's
And
so
she called.
sweet.
Yeah, she actually went out to the store, unless she had it in her drawer, but maybe it doesn't matter. But she actually took the time to
Write
a
out.
card, put a postcard, put a stamp on it. So I mean,
That's so
that was
nice.
very nice.
That's
And
the part I find always difficult. I write the card, but then it sits in a drawer for
you see,
years.
the part I find is I have the card written in my head, but I
Just
can't.
don't go
But
in
it just doesn't go to my pen, or I have the pen, but I don't have a card, and I don't feel like going out to get the card. So
Yeah,
then
that's not
that's what they have email for.
See, that's exactly a nice e-card.
Right.
Who doesn't love to get a nice e-card?
I should go. And every time I go to the store and I buy one card, like whether it's a birthday card or anniversary card or get well card or whatever card I'm buying, I always say to myself, you know what? I should buy like 10 or 12. And keep them in the
and
drawer.
and have a stash.
I know a lot of people
Yeah.
do that though.
Yeah,
My
but
mom
I
does
don't.
that.
Oh, okay.
But I think about it. But then the cards are so expensive these days.
They
It's
are.
like $5
It's like
a card.
$5 a card.
Well,
All
it
of a
depends
sudden,
on what kind of card.
yeah, like you go to. Well, I'm gonna call them out. What is it? I always
Papyrus?
Papyrus.
Yeah, but that's a really bougie
are-
card.
Yeah,
like-
they're bougie
yeah,
cards. I mean, you go
booklets.
and and some of those cards are like $7, $8. I'm like, nope, well, that's going back.
Yeah.
$8 card, and then you're like, I'm not gonna buy $50 worth of cards. What a waste of money.
Yeah, and like now they're like hand painted and engraved and embossed. I don't need all that.
You know what?
mess.
An email is free.
So nice.
It's
and
free.
It's so nice to see someone's name in your inbox.
Yes, and Arlene
romantic.
Maria Lucis says hello. Groundhog Sam says hello. Wendy Brown says hello. Patrona Collins is just calling out names. Tamika, Yvonne, Smiley, Wenda, Marsha, Barbara, Velma, Cordella, Denisha. She's just throwing out names there.
She's doing her due
She's doing her due. That's exactly what it is. Smiley Smith says hello. Who else? A lot of people going back and forth. Jella's there.
Did
saying
we say
hello.
Hi to Vakisha?
I did not say Tricus Taylor. She was missing yesterday. We didn't see her yesterday. Yeah, she took a day off yesterday, just like Belgium Kim. And you know what? It's just way too many people to say hello to now. I can't believe this.
That's always a good thing.
It's a good thing. It's I guess it would be better than like, how come nobody says hello to us anymore? Sonia Levy, that's an Anna Nicole, and Asset Lindo popping in at the end, and on Spar and Bernstein. I don't want you to feel left out. The Spar and Bernstein feed, Ancilla Jagadeo, Christy Consali, and Carol Anderson. The Tiger says hello. Willie Williams, Dawn Harriet, Jonathan Elias. That's you, Jonathan.
That's me.
Right. Kennedy Roy. Kennedy Roy. I always say your name every day. That's very funny. Kennedy Roy. Melanie Abiola Aline. Ooh. Ginelyn Dakar says, oh.
Lots of new people.
I don't know what O means, A-U-H, but oh. Back to you.
Yeah.
Right back at you.
Right.
Okay, and Lynn Brown. Where's Willie going? He's saying, "Be safe, Willie." I'm reading this very fast as we go along here. Was Willie off to a trip somewhere?
Oh, he's driving. He said I'd have to start driving. So I'll be listening.
I thought he's like off to like Antarctica or something, like on a trek or something. Like, be safe. You know? No, he's just driving.
Yeah,
okay.
that would be a be safe moment.
Okay. Nezzy once more says hello, and Mishka Bose. Do we know Mishka Bose?
No,
that's a new name.
New too.
Myrtle Ray, hello. Sonia Aniki, hello. And that's about it.
Nice.
That's all the names I see.
Got some good new ones.
That's some good new names there.
Yeah.
So Belgium Kim, before we go into our news of the day, and then obviously we have to get into our show and answer everybody's legal questions and immigration questions, and then we will be talking about your trip to the Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Ooh, yeah.
Right.
Fun.
So we got a lot of stuff ahead of it. But tell us a little bit about Belgium.
Yeah. Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah, share your vacation with us.
It was amazing. So Belgium, for people who don't know, it's like super agricultural. It's just
one second. Belgium, for people who don't know, is famous for waffles.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
And fries.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
fries.
now
and beer.
Kim.
And
Kim.
Beer.
And Kim. That's about it. And beer. But beer's famous from lots of places.
Yeah, but like Belgian beer is.
Belgian beer is like
what kind of beer is it?
Belgian monks would make it. Like they would be silent monks. And they would,
so they're famous for their silent manufacturing of beer.
Silent monk beer.
Silent monk. I don't know.
Beer.
You know what I always wanted? I always wanted to go to Germany during Oktoberfest.
Oh my God,
that would be amazing.
Maybe I should have done that before I took my gallbladder out.
Yeah,
that would have been a smart thing to do beforehand. You know.
Well,
I
will
guess,
it heal by October? Can we all go?
Maybe. Can you imagine? We should go to Oktoberfest.
I would love it.
And then we can have the whole Brad squad join us there at a big beer table.
Listen,
that's
don't
like
get my hopes up.
before my birthday too.
We're doing it.
Don't get my hopes up.
We're doing it.
I want to do that.
If my gallbladder is recovered by then,
sure it's recovered.
Don't you not have a gallbladder anymore?
No, I don't.
So how is it
did you see the picture of the operation?
I saw it.
Yes. Didn't you see right there? Look, they took it right out.
And your nose didn't turn bright red or anything.
No, not at all.
They did a great job.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what a great job because they started in the wrong place.
Right.
You know, they started up at the neck,
and then
then they realized the gallbladder's a little further down. So tell us anyway about Belgium.
No, so it was great. I got to see a ton of my family because it was like a really short trip.
That's the family.
That's all my cousins and my brothers and sisters.
Now is that like the plains of Belgium?
Yeah. So we were there. We were there for my.
That looks like where they like the crop circles are coming. You know, is that like they have crop circles?
Most of Belgium is because it's all agricultural. The reason I went was for my grandfather's 90th birthday.
You know about those crop circles, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like in the middle of the night, the aliens come down
and Shyamalan.
And like
Signs. Remember that movie Signs?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
that looks like you were literally standing in the field of crop circles.
That's crazy.
Can we go back to Kim's family? That looks like a scary movie gonna happen there any moment.
Oh,
yeah, look like crop circles are coming there tonight.
Oh, there's a video that is that is very much like that. You'll see it's like all just like wide open fields. But if you compare that to New York, it's so amazing to be back in like wide open spaces. I hadn't left the city in a really long time. And so I was just like frolicking through fields through half the time. Like I could breathe.
You know what's amazing? I'm just thinking, you know what's there's the crop circle field again. You know what's amazing? I'm just thinking about UFOs, and then we could learn more about Belgium.
No, what?
You know, they always make crop circles like places where nobody's there. Okay,
well,
how come the UFO never comes like right down at like front of 225 Broadway and like just make some like skid marks or something, you know? Why they're always like
it's open space.
Yeah, it's always like some guy in like a trailer. It's like some guy in a trailer in Nashville who gets abducted.
Nobody's
like, listen, I was walking in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn the other day, and I totally got abducted by some aliens. I mean, you never hear that.
Aliens don't like the city.
They don't like the cities, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if you know this about me. I'm kind of a crazy alien conspiracy theorist.
So what do you
really?
think?
I don't know, but I don't totally discount it. Like I don't think it's crazy that aliens could have ever visited the Earth.
Well,
that's like one of those crazy things that I know makes me crazy.
If you think about, how many planets and stars are out there. I mean, there's
Exactly.
billions of planets and stars out there. Could we be like, so self-centered and so egotistical that we are the only one in the universe that matters?
Thank you.
We're not Donald Trump, right?
I mean, they just found the building blocks of life on Mars. That's just in this solar system.
That's by the planet next to us.
That's the planet right next to us. Like, yeah exactly.
Right.
So I don't feel like it's that crazy.
That's
so what do you think? You think Brad Squad thinks there's aliens out there?
Ooh, that I have. I really don't know where they would land.
And do you think there are aliens living amongst us, like like the Men in Black movie?
Like Mars Attacks kind of situation?
Like the Men in Black movie. Like in the first scene in Men in Black, it's like the illegal aliens are crossing over, but they're really aliens,
aliens.
They're really aliens.
Ooh, we should find out if Brad Squad thinks that they're really aliens.
What do you guys think?
What do you think, like maybe like in the Caribbean, like a lot of people from the Caribbean, like we never hear, at least I've never heard of aliens visiting
Caribbean alien abduction.
Caribbean alien abduction. I never heard of I was walking in New Kingston and all of a sudden, I just got pulled.
That is true.
Right.
The alien abducted me. They're always abducting people in the South, and they generally live in trailers.
Yes.
Why is that?
Trailers
they
are
love people in trailers.
Yeah.
Both places you will never find me at, so I
You
won't
will
have
never-
a problem.
In the South in a trailer.
You will never find yourself in the South in a trailer?
Nope.
Down by the river?
Nope. So I'm good.
By the way, where's Yo-Yo? Oh, he's in the trailer.
Yeah, in
down
the
in the South, down by the river.
Chilling with aliens.
Chilling with aliens.
I don't think. I'm not sure.
I don't know
That's
if
true.
you're
I never thought about that.
I never heard of aliens abducting people from the Caribbean, though.
Right.
Right?
That's true.
No.
Why would they not want to go?
I've never
an alien, that would be the
because I
first
watch
place
those
I wanna
UFO things. I've never seen somebody like, I was in Barbados and I was on the beach and the alien just took me.
Yeah, I've never heard.
Never
about
happened. They don't
anything.
go to they just go to the South and they go to
That's weird.
to the crops.
Maybe we should interview an alien.
So when did
We interview lots of aliens here, but they're actually born in this world.
In this
Right.
In this world.
Cece Mitchell said she doesn't believe in aliens, but she believes in ghosts.
Now that's a whole other story.
That's a whole other paranormal.
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Have you ever felt like there was like a ghost,
like spirits?
Spirit you have?
Oh,
Yeah, well,
Oh,
you
yeah.
see, my like I said, my family is from Africa, so
Right, so
like
you believe that stuff.
yeah, and I mean, my mom has seen it. She's taught us, this type of stuff when we were younger.
When was the last time you saw a spirit?
I was young.
So you haven't seen one in a while?
No, and I don't want to.
No. When was the last time you saw one, you think?
Like when I was like in high school.
Uh-huh.
Like I
And
was
What
sleeping.
did they say to you?
They didn't say anything. I just saw like a figure and like I couldn't move. And like it was just, it's just creepy.
Now you're gonna have a bad dream tonight.
Yeah. I don't like it.
I know. Have you ever had that thing where you wake up and you
like
know that someone's in the room
Yeah.
with you? That's not. You're looking at me like that has never happened.
Yeah, because somebody's in the room
Right?
with me.
No, that's not. No.
What?
Not an actual person.
Not
Not
an
a
actual
person. Like
person.
you know you're alone, but like you wake up and you're like, that has happened to me multiple occasions where I'm like, there is definitely someone in this room.
I've sometimes, and I don't know if it's like my brain,
you know, fooling me or it's really something there. But sometimes, you know, like when you're alone, sometimes like out of the corner of your eye, you think you see something.
Like something moves,
Like just something
right.
and then you look and you're like, no, not there.
And then you think you're going crazy, but I'm not sure that we go crazy.
Do you know Giselle, my office?
Yes.
Okay, and for those who come to our office,
yes.
And maybe we should have done this for our Halloween special,
Right.
but apparently we got on the subject.
No, we thought about it, and remember we said that we weren't going to talk about it because it's kind of creepy, and it's creepy.
There are employees.
Yeah.
Giselle being one of them at Spar and Bernstein, who believe at night there is a ghost in our office.
Are you serious?
I am dead serious.
Oh, but there's it. Who is the ghost of?
We don't know who the ghost is, but Giselle actually stays. Her office is my grandfather who passed away. His old office. And that was his office for 30 or 40 years.
You think your grandfather be up here?
I don't know.
Grandfather. So
Grandpa,
Giselle has told me.
and then I don't think it's Grandpa. I think it's his. He was married twice. So not my grandmother. I think it's his second wife.
Yeah.
Did you like her?
I didn't love her.
I've heard this story.
No.
Yeah, she's okay.
What?
Yeah. So I believe, you know, and she used to walk around like in these, you know, she was an older woman. She used to walk around in these heels, these high heels, clunking them, you know. And as she got older, you know, she wasn't able to pick her leg up and, like, you know, walk like this, you know, just kind of like dragging the heel along. And Giselle tells me it's very weird because she didn't know my grandfather or his ex, second wife. And she says, I hear like somebody's walking on heels sometimes at night when I'm here by myself.
Hell, what?
Yeah.
Listen, I would have quit. I don't play that shit. I'm
You would have
sorry.
quit?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, it's right here, right next door, Jonathan.
Listen,
and
there, you will never catch me here
at night
without
by yourself.
You got hell no.
I have been here. So before we re-premiered,
but we haven't seen the ghost in about a year or two.
I heard something.
What you hear?
Like when we were running, right before we re-premiered, we were running stream tests over the weekend.
And
do you remember? I came one weekend. I was here like kind of late one Saturday. It was like 7, 8 o'clock at night on a Saturday night. We'd been running the stream test for a couple hours. The cleaning lady left. Like I said goodbye to everyone. And I knew I was alone in the office. And I heard something, you guys. Now, I had heard about the ghost story, so that I kind of like was like,
maybe you
it's
heard
my
the cleaning
mind.
person leaving.
But no, because I had said goodbye like hours before. I just heard a door close. I just heard a door close.
That was Sam. That was Groundhog Sam going in our ear. Watch out!
See, I don't play this. I don't play that.
Jonathan's ready to pack up and move to LA now.
Right.
Yeah. So meanwhile, all right, let's stop scaring Jonathan here.
Don't play
We
this.
don't stop scaring Jonathan here. By the way, we are going to be answering. I see Sean and Dee Dee. They've been holding for a few minutes. We're going to be answering your immigration questions in about 5 or 7 minutes from now. So please tell your friends to tell a friend to let them know that in about 5, 7 minutes from now, I will be answering your immigration questions. It will be me. I will be alive. It will not be a ghost. It will not be somebody from this earth. It will not be an alien crop duster. It will be me.
An alien crop duster.
I don't understand why an alien would come and just make some designs in some random fields, random circles. I don't get it.
It's fair.
That
would be an odd method of communication.
I think it would be. I don't understand why, if there's an alien, that they just don't land on Broadway. Okay, let everybody see. Yes, you're here. We're not alone. Let's end it already. All right. They always got to go to the guy in the trailer, like down by the river. You know that nobody. You know he's the only one there for miles.
Yeah, but we've all seen Independence Day. If we saw spaceships come up, we would just start shooting at them, Brad. Like that is all we would do.
I was trying to think of a movie like where you had aliens actually come to the city, but Independence Day. That's a good
Independence Day.
But yeah, but those were mean aliens. Maybe they're friendly aliens.
But how are we going to know that?
They come in peace.
What alien movie came in peace?
But it's not a good movie. But maybe in real life, right? It's
not a good movie.
It's not a good movie. You know?
That's not true. The Day the Earth Stood Still. That's
Let me tell you
old
something.
Movie.
Everything in life is meant to scare the hell out of you, because if it doesn't scare you, it doesn't get your attention. I will give you example number 1: Donald Trump. He has made an entire career out of scaring people.
God, yes.
Okay, scaring people. And now he went. Did you see the? He went and met Kim Jong-un.
Yes,
right.
Last night.
Last
night,
and he pronounced that they just as background. Okay, Donald Trump created this entire mess that he says it's Obama. He created this. My button's bigger than your button.
Right.
Okay. You're this whole entire crisis of we're gonna have a nuclear war was created by Donald Trump tweets.
Right.
Okay. Think about it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Then he now goes to North Korea, shakes hands with the guy, and says, "Okay, crisis averted." He averted his own crisis that he created. I mean, not to say that there wasn't a crisis beforehand. Obviously, there's obviously tensions on the border between North Korea and South Korea. Not to say, it was all lovely.
Right.
But the actual crisis of we're about to go to a nuclear war was self-created by Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And then he goes to North Korea, and then he says, okay, crisis averted. And what did he get in return? 20 years, okay, from George Bush the first to Clinton to W.
Right.
To Obama.
Yeah.
Republicans and Democrats, all across the board for 20 years, said the same exact thing. We need a verifiable, non-nuclear North Korea, and in return for a verifiable, non-nuclear North Korea, we will have peace. We will give you economic assistance, and we will make your life in Korea very, very nice, or something to that effect.
Right.
Okay, so Donald Trump creates this crisis. He goes to Korea, shakes the guy's hand, now says crisis averted, and then, without consultation with any of our allies but why would he?
Right.
Right, of our allies, which would be South Korea, which would be Japan, he says no more military exercises. So what did he get in return from the North Korean? What is this great deal maker that he made here? He said, okay, no more for some vague promise that we'll agree to reduce our nuclear weapons, whatever that means.
Right, which of course means nothing.
So Trump gave him something substantive.
Right.
We will not prepare.
We
We will not prepare any war, so you don't have to be concerned.
Yeah.
The pressure's off you. You don't have to be concerned that there'll be any war anymore. Exactly. We're not going to be prepared for a war. If there is a war, we're going to lose because we're not going to practice. Okay? It's like saying, you know what? Whatever sport you play, cricket, football, tennis, we're not going to practice for the game.
Because we know we're
just going to go play the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay? Anybody who doesn't practice doesn't win. So what he just said, we're not going to have any practicing anymore. No more war games, no more joint exercises, nothing. We're not going to practice anymore over there.
Do you actually believe that, though?
Well, that's what he said. So what did he get back from the... I don't understand what this great deal maker is. I think he was made to look like, instead of a Trump, I think he was made to look like a chump.
Basically.
You like that?
That was
you
nice.
Like that? That was right off the top.
Yes.
I think so. I really did. I said, I don't understand what he got.
No.
Right. And then he goes to Canada. And he calls the Canadian leader. Wait, I got these words here somewhere. What do you call them? Where are they italicized? No, Trump called him weak, and then Trump's aide said that there's a special place in hell for a foreign leader who engages in bad faith diplomacy with Donald J. Trump and stabs him in the back. What did this guy from Canada do, Trudeau? All he said was, we're going to give you some tariffs back if you're going to give us some tariffs.
Right.
Okay? By the way, Canada's like our best friends. Six weeks ago, people were like, hey, can I get a visa and then come to America? Like, it's the 51st state.
Right.
Now, all of a sudden, Trump is like giving away the farm to the North Koreans. Okay? We won't practice for any war.
Lord have mercy.
And you know what's amazing is you think about it, you're like, people are like, oh, if they make peace with North Korea, maybe Trump should get the Nobel
Peace Prize.
But how is he getting the Nobel Peace Prize if we're going to war against Canada?
Right.
Right.
The first president to ever
to go to war against
pick
Canada.
a fight with Canada of all.
I mean,
I love this
I never in my wildest imagination would you ever wait? Now, what did he call Kim Jong-un, by the way?
Yeah.
Is one of the most brutal dictators in the entire world. He has killed his family in some of the most horrific ways,
Right.
shooting missiles at them,
Wow.
poisoning them with nuclear material,
Right.
shooting, you know, he took, I read an article 6 months ago that there was a general he disliked, and Kim Jong-un
Yes, brutally.
brutally took flamed arrows and
What?
had like 20 or 30 flamed arrows shot at this guy, and then the guy, you know, burned, plus
What?
being
Right.
shot with 30 arrows. So they find the most horrific ways to kill their political enemies
God.
in North Korea. Plus, God knows how many people are jailed. How many
Right.
people are jailed in North Korea for political reasons and are being tortured, such as that American Otto
Warmbier.
Otto Warmbier,
Oh my
who was
God.
tortured and
This is-
killed.
that is.
And now, what now? Now, the Canadian Prime Minister, he says, yeah, you know what? You're going to give us tariffs? We'll give you equal tariffs back.
Right.
And Trump's aide is telling him there is a special place in hell for this guy.
However.
Kim Jong-un,
Right.
who has done everything that I have just told you he has done.
Right.
Right.
Tell us what Donald Trump has to say about Kim Jong-un.
He called him open, honorable, and a pretty smart cookie. And he said he's a funny guy, very smart. He's a great negotiator. He loves his people. Not that I'm surprised by that, but he loves his people. And he loves his country. His people are dying of starvation
Right.
from mass food shortages all over the country. There is an incredible lack of information, full-on dictatorship, and he loves his people.
Where's he getting this news from?
What
Like-
Well, he didn't
says
prepare. He
that?
didn't prepare for any of this.
He loves his people.
You know.
He's a smart cookie.
Well, you know what the
A
bottom line.
smart
You know what the
cookie.
bottom line with Trump is. Okay, the bottom line with Trump is that, you know, there's two ways to deal with the world. Okay, you can deal with the world that we all have some common values, and if we all work together and share some common values, we could all, you know, rising tides rises all ships.
Right.
Okay, so we all have common values. We all work together for the common good of not only my country, your country, everybody's country. That's one way to deal and look at the world.
Right.
The way Trump looks at the world is that there's going to be a winner and there's going to be a loser.
Exactly.
And there is nobody who is our friend.
Right.
Right.
And I am going to win and you are going to lose. And it doesn't matter about friendships. It doesn't matter about common bonds, rising all ships. It has nothing to do with that. And that's where the problem is. And that's a problem.
Yeah.
It's a huge, huge
I
huge,
find that
huge,
an
huge problem.
incomprehensible thought for a world leader, like particularly like the United
Meanwhile, Donald Trump back in the States, you know, who was the person who did this? The comedian who was like,
The Three Stooges.
the Three Stooges, right?
Yes.
Nice.
Okay, that one you knew, right?
Curly Moe.
Right. So it's like Trump and Sessions. I don't know who the third Stooge is.
Right.
Okay. So
John Kelly,
so Trump hates Sessions.
Yeah.
You know, the
Right.
attorney hates him,
Right.
but he can't fire him
Right.
Right.
because of the Russia investigation.
Right.
Right.
Right. So Sessions came out last week and he said they're going to go after everybody for marijuana. So here's the good news about the Trump-Sessions feud. So Trump will do anything to just don't, you know, like the Three Stooges. So he said, you know what, maybe we should, as soon as he said that, Trump says, maybe we should legalize marijuana in all 50 states.
What?
Yes.
way.
He said that today.
Wow.
He said that
Oh
today.
my
Yeah,
God.
smoke him if you got him, basically.
Wow.
Yeah, he'll be smoking at the White House. Maybe he should.
He's like, oh God.
I'm pretty sure he
He's-
does.
Maybe
already.
he should.
He most definitely
Yeah, maybe
should.
if he did, maybe it would keep his hands off his phone and Twitter.
Off his nuclear
Right.
button.
Yes,
Yeah.
anything to keep him. You know,
Show him how to have some munchies.
Melania needs to start sleeping with him again.
Hell no, that
I
ain't
don't
happening.
think we can make her do
Yeah,
Right.
at least in the same room. You know, stop with the twittering in the middle of the night.
that. Yeah, no, because then we would just be getting absolutely foul post tweets from him, like Melania and I just had a great time.
All right, well, I got so much more here. I just want to talk about this lastly
Okay.
before we get to
before we get to all your immigration questions. I know Tricus Taylor's going, it's 6 o'clock already. When are you going to start answering immigration questions? Hey, you know what? This is our show. We'll do it anyway. No, I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding, Tricus.
It's the lack of the gallbladder.
Yeah, no, the gallbladder. No, we're going to get to it in a second. But I did want to talk about this quickly. You know, IHOP is now called IHOB.
I leave for 1 week,
There's no
and
more
it feels
IHOP
like
anymore.
everything goes to crap.
I don't understand
Yeah,
this.
okay, so let me explain to you, okay? People don't like pancakes, but they love burgers. So now it's now no longer the International House of Pancakes. They have changed their name to the International House of Burgers.
Makes no sense.
Okay, they have been known for their pancakes. They have been dubbed IHOP for 50 years, but now there's a big opportunity for them to remarket themselves as the International House of Burgers.
IHOB.
So starting last week, it is no longer IHOP, it is IHOB.
That's
International House of Burgers.
preposterous.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so why is that preposterous? Before it was IHOP with pancakes, and now it is IHOB.
It's preposterous that they would do this.
Yes.
You are a breakfast spot.
So not to get outdone by IHOB.
I love
Okay,
this.
Burger King.
Yeah.
That was
Burger
hilarious.
King has now decided to change their name. They are no longer the Burger King. They are now calling themselves Pancake King. I can't make this up. Burger King from now on.
And then changed
They
it.
are rebranding their name to Pancake King to one-up IHOB.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
That is amazing.
Yes.
Did you see what Wendy's said?
Yeah, so the chain tweeted, sorry, old Burger King can't come to the phone right now. Look what you made me do from who's that? That's,
Taylor Swift.
Taylor
Yeah.
Swift, right. Right. So,
That's
Why?
hilarious.
Because Burger King is dead.
Right. Wait, what did Wendy say again? There was a bunch.
So yeah, somebody said like, "Yo, Wendy's, aren't you scared of them moving on your block?" And they're like, "We're not too worried about someone who can't even handle pancakes."
Right. That was
well, I thought the funniest. I saw this Facebook post on one of them. I don't know who did it, but I copied it down, and it was really funny. Person wrote, a team of people went to school for years and collectively paid hundreds of thousands of dollars, literally hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not more, so they could present us with this marketing masterpiece.
Exactly.
I mean, this is ridiculous.
Exactly.
Yes. All right.
That's
So with that, we're going to get to our immigration calls, 1-800-529-5465. But before we get to our immigration calls, we did not look into who's sharing and how they're sharing.
And how much?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And how much they're sharing.
I've been going in on them because it's not looking too
It's not
good.
looking pleasant in the
Nah.
sharing
What
right
the
now.
hell, guys?
Lisa
So let me
Lee Rose is
explain
doing
to
her
you.
thing, but-
Let me explain to you what Facebook does now. Okay, so Facebook does not send out our feed to everybody anymore. We wish they did. They don't. Okay, the way Facebook works now is if you don't share it to your friend's feed, they will never know about us ever. So we need you, Brad Squad. That's right, you, to take out this finger and share this with your friends and family. Let them know that we are going to be here to help you, help them, help everybody with as much legal help as we can give out of our hearts, from our breaths, from our lungs, straight into your living room or your car or your phone or wherever you may be. So please share this with your friends and family. And Jonathan and Kim, I'm going to have you do it jointly. Please tell everybody how to share before we get into all of our immigration calls.
It's the easiest, most unselfish, selfless thing you can do all day long, Brad Squad. Where is it at, Jonathan?
It's on the bottom right-hand side of the video. It's a little arrow pointing to the right. All you have to do is click it. And what else can you do to share?
You can tag people in the comments and be like, yo, this is the greatest thing ever. You can send them a private message. You can copy the link old school and send it to them as a text message.
Or you can go real old school and just like, if you're home, open the window like,
Brad Show!
Hey, watch the Brad Show right now. He's answering questions.
Exactly.
Word of mouth.
Exactly.
Man.
Word of mouth.
Carrier pigeons,
Right,
smoke
and then
signals.
close.
And then close and
then you
watch
raise it again. Yeah, same to you. And then close it back down again. All right, that's old school.
Right.
That is old school. Again, network
that would go really well. All right, so let's go answer our immigration questions.
Let's
right?
do it.
All right, so let's go to Sean in Queens. Sean.
Hello?
Oh, wait, Sean, hold on one second. I forgot something. So now is the time.
Now is the time.
Yeah.
We're going to be getting answers to your immigration questions. I forgot that. Now we're going to go to Sean. Why is Sean on hold now? Come on. Come on, Natasha. Oh, come on, Natasha. She put Sean on hold after that.
Oh.
All right, Jill, can you please speak to Natasha? Dee Dee in Westchester. Dee Dee.
Yeah, yes,
How are
Mr.
you?
Brett, how are you?
Good, how are you? Oh, I know
I'm
Dee
okay,
Dee. This is my client from years ago,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
Right.
yes.
You want to sing my praises? He loves me, Dee Dee. I love him too. As a client
you
and
too,
attorney.
brother.
As a client attorney. Let's make it clear. All right, what's going on?
My daughter, she was here with a green card holder.
Mm-hmm.
And she was here like February, and then she got the green card and everything, but she had some issues for her spine, for like scoliosis.
Right.
And she left April 3rd, and I would like to bring her like September 25th because the business class, because big operation, is okay for her like 5 months, 22 days.
Yeah, how old is she? How old is she?
She's 38.
Yeah, I think it's fine if she, especially just bring some medical records to show that she had the operation. Shouldn't be a problem.
Okay.
Okay?
Excellent.
All right, and if it's any problem, you know where to call me.
Sure.
Thank you,
Mr.
All right,
Brett.
you're welcome. Be
Thank
well.
you very
Thank
much.
All
Talk
right.
to you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All
Thanks.
right, I like him. He's been around our office for a long time.
I love that you knew before he opened his mouth to say a word. You knew who that
I
was.
know Dee Dee.
Yeah. because years ago, every client that came through this office
was yours.
Your client.
was my client.
Because
I remember everybody.
Right.
Because you were the only one working here.
Yeah, that's right. All right, Sean in Queens.
Hello, hi.
Hi, Sean.
So I want to ask a question.
Yes.
My husband filed I-130 for me in February, so I get back a receipt number saying that they received the paper the 27th of February. So then I recently now filed the other paperwork for the work permits and the green card and whatever. So my question is, like, for my green card interview, like, would they start counting from February or start counting from this time when I just send off the rest of the paper?
The rest of the paper, unfortunately.
So they will start counting from now where I just send off the work permit and everything?
What do you mean when you sent off the work permit? They said you were missing some documents, so you had to send it back, correct?
No, I first filed I-130 in February.
Oh, okay, yes. So and then you filed it's from the time you filed the I-45. I understand.
Oh, so it's from the time I filed for the green card.
Correct.
Okay. So when do you think I will be getting an interview?
When was the green card filed?
Last week.
Last week? Oh, you're about 9 months away.
Yeah.
9 months away.
9 months. All right, then. Thank you.
Hang in there.
All right, bye. Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to David in San Diego, California. David.
Hello, hi,
How you
Mr.
doing?
Brad.
How
I
you
salute
doing?
you and
Thank
your guest over there. Thank you. It's a wonderful show.
Thank you.
I got a few questions here for you.
All right, do I need to
It's
take a
probably
pen
a bit
down?
complicated. I came to San Diego in 1979.
Okay, I need a pen.
And I came as an immigrant from Jordan, and I got my green card like a couple of weeks later, and now my green card has been expired for 14 years actually since 2004.
Why?
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
I was in a custody battle in 2001, and I was, a single parent ever since 2001 until now. I was a single parent. I took care of the children. I focused on the children, nothing but the children. Okay, I literally had no time for myself.
What does that have to do with you renewing your green card?
I should have, but it's like it kept slipping off my mind.
Do you have a criminal record for any reason?
I do not. But I'll tell you what happened once in 1988. I had a girlfriend. We had a simple argument, and she was going totally violent. I went to the police department, okay, and they told me funny. I was so naive. I didn't know much. So they told me to go back to where she is, and then they would send the cops. The cops came. She talked to them. I talked to them. Well, I got falsely arrested for nothing. I didn't do nothing.
All right. Okay. Fine. So you got, and then the case was dismissed, I assume.
It never got to the DA's office.
Okay, so they never even brought charges. They were arrested and they dropped the charges.
No, and I never seen the judge.
Fine.
I went to court and told me to go home.
Question for you. Now, you want to renew your green card? You want to become a citizen? Tell me what you want.
Yeah, I actually want to become a citizen, definitely. But check this out. My ex-wife, in 2001.
There's going to be a question in here at some point, right? Yes. Okay. Tell me what. Tell me what the question is.
The question is this: she had an entry visa. She's from Mexico.
Uh-huh.
She had an entry visa.
Right.
Then we got married. We had the children, and whatever. It's a long story, but I got custody of the children because of her abuse and everything for the children. So finally, she kidnapped the children. They caught her. They caught the children. They brought the children back, and then through the court, I got custody of the children.
What is
in the meanwhile,
stop it. You're giving me your entire history, which I appreciate, and I
Yes,
don't want to
sir.
stop you. Just tell me what the question is, and then we're going to work backwards. Okay? Tell me
The
what.
question
tell me
is.
the question.
The question is. She claimed domestic violence, that she was a victim of domestic violence, and when she filed, they gave her a green card,
She got
and
a green.
now she
okay, I
is.
understand. All right. So
Okay.
so your question. All right. So your question is, although you yourself have never been arrested for this incidences that your ex-wife claimed against you, other than one arrest in 1988, which was with a prior relationship. You want to know. You're concerned because your ex-wife made claims in a Violence Against Women Act application for her green card that you committed domestic violence against her, and that's how she got her green card. If that would come back and hurt you in terms of getting your green card or your citizenship. Is that your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, the answer is this. As long as you don't have a criminal record, all right, the only reason why you could be denied your citizenship, or the only reason what your wife submitted to immigration was unverifiable claims that she was the victim of domestic violence. She had to prove it beyond the preponderance of the evidence. In other words, 51% of the evidence says she's the victim of domestic violence. 49 says who knows, she gets a green card. That's a big difference than proving beyond a reasonable doubt that you committed a crime. That is a much higher burden. And it's only for people who have committed crimes, been accused of crimes, that it affects their citizenship or their green card. So I wouldn't worry about it at this moment.
Okay, well, thank you very much. But let me ask you this.
Yes.
If I can prove, literally, I mean, I discussed this with my children, now they're adult, okay? I mean, she's fraudulently got the green card by lying.
David, you share
Yes,
children with her?
I'm sorry, sir?
You share children with her, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll just give you my 2 cents. Legally, there's nothing you're going to be able to do. She got a green card. She got a green card. Okay? It's sour grapes now that you would write and say she's lying. But more importantly to you, even if you were able to, at this point, you share children. Okay? She got a green card, rightfully or wrongly, who knows? Okay? It's not going to hurt you. Whatever claim she made is in a file that nobody's ever going to see again or look at. Move on with your life. Move on with your life.
Okay. And what about my green card has been expired for 14 years? How is that going to
go renew your green card and simultaneously do your citizenship. I would do both.
Oh, simultaneously at the same time. So I have to renew my green card first?
No, you can do both at the same time. You don't have to do one or the other. I would just.
I have to.
You don't have to renew your green card. You can just do your citizenship. I would think that you would want something for the last 14 years to prove you're here legally. In this time,
because I looked it up online, and there is a fee.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you don't want to pay the fee, then just go straight for the citizenship.
Okay. All right. Well, I thank you very much, and thank you for this show, beautiful show.
Thank you, David. Thank you for your call and sharing your whole story in life with us. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right. What? Sharing. He's a nice guy. He was you know,
very nice guy.
Just nice guy. Just we had to get to the point at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And that was sweet of you for thanking him to share his whole life.
No, I know. I knew eventually there was a question there somewhere. I knew there was a question in there somewhere. Yes, and it was very important to him, and he had to get out the whole story. But I knew, at some point we got to speak to Lisa in the Bronx, right? Lisa, how are you?
Hi, Brad and team. Welcome back, and I'm happy that you're okay.
Thank you very much.
My question is an immigration question, but I won't go in so much details. I'll just go briefly. My friend, 2 daughters are here in America. They overstayed since February, but my friend, her visa don't up until a few days from now. The kids are going to school, so what they can do at this time.
So basically the kids are in school. Everybody's violating their status or is about to violate their status. They got to go to speak to a good lawyer and figure out. There's no solution. I mean, if she's putting her kids in school, obviously she's coming to live here. So you can't go. You can't go and extend your visitor's visa. That would be lying. If her status is going to expire in a few days, she should definitely, literally, if she's in the New York area, come see us tomorrow, and let's see what options we can keep her in legal status. I don't know until we speak with her.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Okay, but hold on 1 second. All right, let's go. And 1 second. Lisa, you still there?
Hello.
Yeah, hi. You're back on our
here.
show. It's so important. Just I want you to tell her. It's so important to deal with it before she falls out of status, not after. If you deal with it before you fall, a lot of times people come to me and they say, I fell out of status 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. What should I do? I said, well, I wish you came to me 3 weeks earlier. It's so much easier to deal with it when you're in status than out. So let her deal with it now if she's going to fall out in the next few days, okay?
Okay.
Right.
She was supposed to see you today, but because she wanted to hear you on the air first, so she'll be definitely coming tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, thanks a lot.
Appreciate it, Lisa. All right, so let's go to Danny in the
Hello?
Bronx. Danny.
Yes, Mr. Bernstein. Good evening.
How you doing?
I missed you on the other program.
I'm sorry?
I said I missed you from the other program.
Oh, okay. Well, new year, new times, new programs. But I'm still here. Okay.
Listen,
what's up?
Listen, I have an issue here.
Yeah.
I have 2 questions.
Go ahead.
I filed for my fiance back in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
She got the approval letter from the Texas office.
Right.
How long does it take for him to get up here? I'm a citizen.
So you got the approval letter from the have you got anything from the National Visa Center yet?
Yes.
What did you get from the National Visa Center?
Approval letter.
No, that was from the Service Center. Then they're gonna transfer it to the Portsmouth. You didn't get anything from Portsmouth, New Hampshire yet, right?
No.
Okay, figure if you do everything really fast, figure 5 months.
5 months away?
Yeah.
Okay. My next question. Yeah. My next question is, a friend of mine, his wife divorced him. He didn't file any paperwork, but yet she got married. Is that a legal marriage?
What do you mean she didn't file any paperwork but then got married?
She filed. She went to the court and she got the divorce, but his husband didn't sign on the petition.
You can get a divorce in America without having any legal status. Is that the question?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, you can do it. People who are out of status, people who have no status, people who fell out of status, people who've lived here years legally, it doesn't matter. You can still use the courts to get a divorce.
No, what I'm saying, they both married for over 20 odd years. So I'm asking now.
You can still get divorced in America, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if he has children, how does the children? How it works with the children?
Well, are the children adults or minors?
2 minors and 1 almost adult. He's gonna be 21.
Well, there's child support. There's custody issues, visitation issues. Those would all have to be worked out between the lawyers or in court. I don't know what their situation is, but certainly whoever the responsible parent where the children are living, the non-custodial parent would have to pay child support. And then the non-custodial parent would want some sort of either joint custody or visitation or whatever they work out.
He's saying that the last 2 is not his.
Well, then, is she claiming they are? Is she asking for child support?
No, she's not admitting, but I guess we're going to be going to the courts.
Well, if she goes to courts and she says, I want child support for these children, then he would have to fight it out. If it's not his children, then he doesn't have to worry about it.
Is DNA possible?
It's possible if she makes a claim for child support, absolutely.
Okay, all right, thank you.
All right. Now the other thing is this: if he held out that he was the father and didn't disavow these children from when they were much younger, the court may say, even though you're not the biological father, these children were born during the marriage and you did take care of them and you held yourself out as the father, you can't disavow them now. So that could be an issue as well. But certainly,
but there is the second one. His claim, he says there's a guy who is telling him he's his father, but he don't want to tell the daddy.
All right. So I think where's this guy now? Is he in New York?
Yeah, he's in New York.
Yeah. Tell him to give me a call and come in, and he'll meet with my matrimonial department, and they'll probably be more suited to help him with all this.
Okay, thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Okay, thank you. All right, let's go to Caslin in Long Island, New York. Caslin.
Yes, hello, good afternoon, Brad. How are you?
Good, good.
Okay, so I have two questions, one family and one immigration.
Go ahead.
So I filed for divorce, the 6-month mark already. It's an uncontested divorce with a minor child. Do you have any estimate on how, I know the courts are backed up, but...
what county?
Queens.
In Queens? Queens, I think, is like taking 8-9 months probably.
8-9 months. Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Right. And
the
then
second
immigration question.
The immigration question is, I did, sorry, I just lost my train of thought.
It's okay, I'm here.
I did my citizenship.
Right.
I started the process in December, did the biometrics also in December, and have not heard anything back at all since then.
Yeah, they're taking almost a year now. Don't get overly concerned. If you don't hear anything by the end of the summer, give me a call.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, thanks for watching.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, so those are all our calls for the day. Light on the calls, light on the sharing. All day. There's nobody else. There's nobody here. Nobody else is calling. We're light on the calls, light on the sharing.
Right.
Yeah.
What are they doing?
I don't know.
Wake up, Brad Squad.
I don't know.
We've been gone for a week.
Gone for a week, and then
you guys should be excited that we're back.
I guess.
I know.
I'm excited to be back.
Yeah.
I'm excited to be back. By the way, the other day when we were on, maybe it was yesterday.
Yes.
It was yesterday, correct?
Yeah.
We were on
yesterday. It was like, yes, we had a show yesterday.
Where's my, okay. So yesterday, in the middle of the show, somebody called up and said, by the way, Sessions came out, talking about one of the Three Stooges. Sessions came out and said, that you can't do a Violence Against Women Act. We were just talking about it in one of the questions.
I asked that question for you. Somebody,
right. And I said, I don't know because this happened while we were on the air, so I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Right.
Okay, so there's two different things. Okay, there's something called a Violence Against Women's Act, which is I am in the United States and a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident of the United States of America physically abused me, or they had extreme emotional abuse against me. That would be a VAWA case. Sessions did nothing with that. He can't do anything with that. That's a law. Okay? So just like that guy David from San Diego who was talking and talking and talking, his ex-wife did a VAWA case and claimed that he committed domestic abuse against him, whether it was emotional abuse or physical abuse, and David's a permanent resident of the United States.
Right.
And that's how she got her green card.
Right.
Okay? That is a law. There's nothing Sessions can do about that. That law is still in existence. Yeah, that's the guy right there. I wonder if
that guy.
Poke him in the eye somehow.
And like in his nostrils, right.
I'll get inside his ear.
What are you doing? Are you picking his nose?
I'm picking his nose.
You're picking his nose. I'm picking his ear.
You're sticking in his ear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're like children with this.
Put the pen in his ear. Maybe.
Oh yeah, that's
So any event, what this guy did, Sessions. Okay, now there's asylum. Okay, and there's people who come from all over the world, and they claim asylum. And what people have to understand what asylum is just because you come from a dangerous place, and maybe there's bullets flying over your head or whatever, doesn't entitle you to asylum.
Right.
Asylum means that you belong to a certain social group, whatever that social group is. Okay, it could be farmers, it could be people with dark skin, it could be Christians, it could be Muslims, it could be Jews, it could be people who are in same-sex marriages or transgender. It could be farmers. It could be people who live on street corners. Whatever your social group is, it could be basketball players. It could be
So it could be anything.
So it should be any
anything,
social group.
any social group.
Any category.
Any
you could
category
lump
that you
people
can
in.
lump people in as a group.
Okay.
And that group
Yeah.
is being abused.
Okay.
And the government is not doing anything about it to protect them, or the government is complicit in that abuse.
Okay.
That is asylum.
That's how you get. Okay.
Past or present or future persecution. You're being persecuted because of you are a member of a social group.
That group. Okay.
Okay. So now, during the Obama period, the Board of Immigration Appeals came out with a ruling. Eric Holder was the Attorney General at the time, and said that women or men who apply for asylum who are fleeing domestic abuse from another country, that is a specific social group. Women or men who are being physically abused,
battered spouses,
battered spouses,
and significant others.
right?
Right.
And you can prove that the country where you come from is doing nothing to protect you.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. So in a lot of countries they don't do anything. They let the spouse beat the wife up, and police do nothing. The court systems do nothing. There's no protections in place for anybody. So those women or men, because it could go both ways, were applying for political asylum at the border. Okay. Now we've talked about this time and time again, where there's a lot of people up on the border. And they're separating families, and they're applying for asylum, and a lot of the asylum claims are domestic abuse. And the Board of Immigration Appeals, plus as well as the immigration judges, do not have any independent judicial authority. They are under the Department of Justice, run by Sessions. Sessions, for all intensive purposes, as far as immigration is concerned, is the chief judge. So he just decided to one day, which was yesterday, while we were on the air, as the chief judge, although he's not the chief judge, but he can do whatever he wants because there's no independent judicial authority otherwise, to say being a woman or a man who is being physically or emotionally abused in a domestic violence situation is not a social group that we're going to recognize for asylum. So anybody who is fleeing domestic abuse from anywhere in the world and comes for asylum, and that particular country will not protect that woman or man, has no, police won't do it, the government won't do it, the courts won't do it, that's not asylum anymore for Jeff Sessions.
Oh, what?
So that's basically what happened yesterday.
Wow.
Now this will go, I am sure, into the federal courts.
Right.
All right, because the federal courts do have independent judicial authority. And perhaps, as a matter of fact, I saw there's a union of immigration judges.
Oh.
Okay, and the union head for immigration judges says this is exactly why the immigration judges should have independent judicial authority.
Right.
They shouldn't be have to worry about the whims of what the Attorney Sessions says, because it's all political.
Wow.
It's not. There's nobody who is. They're not doing a unbiased judicial review of the facts. What they're doing is a politicized review of the facts based on what president is in power at that particular time.
Yeah, because
but that has to be done by Congress. Has to change that.
Has to change the law because from what you just described of what asylum is, to me, that sounds like a battered significant other in any way in a country where you can't get any help for that would fall exactly under the definition.
Well,
that you
according
talked
to
about.
Mr. Sessions, he says that the category of domestic abuse is a particular social group that is too broadly defined. In his speech on Monday, he said the Obama administration had created powerful incentives for people to come here illegally and claim a fear of return. Okay, that that in of itself, that line in of itself will be used in a federal,
President Obama.
Right. Well, no, it's because I mean, what you're doing is you're basically curtailing asylum. You're just saying I'm just going to reduce asylum to the United States and that's the reason why you did it. You didn't do it because you took an independent legal look at this and said legally people who are the victims of domestic violence are not a social group. Right. What he said was, I'm doing this because too many people are coming and applying for asylum. Just the same thing like what Donald Trump said is, we Muslim ban. You can't ban Muslims.
Right.
Okay, you need to have a rational reason behind it.
So given that Sessions, from what you were just saying, now that he says this, that's the rule now.
As of now, until the federal courts intervene, someone's gonna apply for asylum. They're gonna be turned down. They're gonna say, sorry, domestic violence is no longer a social group. And then they're gonna find a good lawyer like myself or somebody else, and they're gonna go into and they're gonna go into federal court and say, this SHIT is wrong.
Right. So once they do that, then all of that will be taken out. Like they'll go right back.
Well, it depends because it's gonna be a long time before it goes through all the federal courts.
Damn, that's
crazy. And then there's 12 different federal courts. So now you have to get each federal court to agree with you. So maybe the domestic violence would be considered a social group in California, but not in New York.
Wow.
But it would be considered a
Wow.
So then now you have uneven. You're going to end up with uneven distribution of claims of how the laws work, and then that's why he's the Supreme Court of the United States, who will then ultimately decide this. But now it's a decade from now.
Wow.
Meanwhile, people are suffering.
Wow.
Meanwhile, people are suffering.
That's
that's kind of how it works.
And it's so purely political.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah. So let's go. We have 2 people on hold, and then we're going to go to our social media check-in. All right. Sandra in Bloomington, Illinois. Sandra.
Hello.
Hi, Sandra.
Yes, I have my cousin. Her mother had filed for her in 1990, but when she went to do her medical, she had HIV, and at that time they weren't taking anybody here with HIV. Now that they lift the ban,
right?
I'm wondering, now that they lift, if you even have HIV, you can't come anyway now.
Correct.
Because they lift it and take it off.
Correct.
So I'm wondering if
that old petition is no good, but we can refile a new petition, and if it's the same petitioner and the same beneficiary, you can request the old priority date.
Okay.
All right, so hold on 1 second, okay?
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Christine in Long Island, New York. Christine.
Hi, good evening.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good.
I have 2 questions. I petitioned for my husband in February. I'm just wondering how long will it take for USCIS to process the paperwork?
It should take 6 months, but I'm told it's now 7-8 months.
Okay. And I also did, after I did the I-30, I also petitioned, I also filed the K-3. With the received letter. I'm just wondering if they file those 2 together, if they process those 2 together, or they process them separately.
Well, the K-3 theoretically should go before the I-130 because you bring your husband here to live here while he's waiting on his green card. So theoretically, the K-3 should be faster. Not always the case, but that theoretically, yes.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So with that, we're now at 6:45. I don't know where we are in the sharing game. We told everyone yesterday they would play for pride.
Right.
You know what happens when you play for pride? Nobody cares.
Did you dance yesterday?
No, I can't dance.
We can't have him dance until
did you
he
see?
gets well.
Let me go back to that picture of my surgery, right? Because the doctor who was stabbing me in the neck. If you look at the picture of the surgery, I don't know if they'll pull it up or not. But that doctor, the guy, the guy.
He said no dancing.
He said no dancing, fatty, for at least 4 weeks.
Listen,
I'm not that fat. I can't believe that's how you would make me.
Yeah.
No, that's not the way
Jill
the
is
game.
going
It's
off.
not the way the game
She's
cover was
like,
created.
how dare you?
Yeah, but you know what? You put my face. You could have put a different body on the guy too, right? Maybe a little thinner.
Brad, that's a
little
lot of work.
insulting. A little insulting that
Right.
picture.
No.
So I can't dance for a few weeks, but I promise once I'm given clearance, I will.
You will
I will
dance.
make good on my. I will make good on my.
I have to be honest, what we had planned for you could all be done from the comfort of your chair. Is all I'm just throwing.
I don't even
I'm
know
just
what
like, we
y'all have
couldn't do
planned.
Denisha's Bruck, but we could have you.
Okay, fine. All
chair
right,
dancing.
we'll talk about it then. All right, we will talk about
Brad
it.
is like, she's gonna kill me.
We will talk about it. We will talk about it.
Ooh,
All right,
Brad,
so,
it's a close game.
What
on
is the
share
game right
game? We're at 107-72 with Brad Show Live back in the lead.
107-72.
That's kind of close for
It's not bad.
for Spar Bernstein.
Not bad.
That's not bad.
Get it, fam?
There was a moment in time.
A moment in time.
When
Just
I was
wasn't that a
going
song,
off.
A Moment in
It
Time?
is. It is a song.
It is a song, but that's not what you're talking about.
It kind of was a
It
reference.
kind of was a reference, okay.
But there
Yeah.
was a moment in time that I was kind of going in and like lighting a fire under Spar and Bernstein, and they actually were in the lead for a second.
When? Today?
Yeah, I was going in.
Go back and light that fire.
Listen, they were in the lead for a second.
Right, that's
but-
also a song. Come on, baby, light my fire. Right? We're going to do all
That is.
song references now.
Right.
Every answer has to have a song reference to it.
Oh,
that's fun.
that's fantastic.
Wouldn't that be great?
That's going to be tough answering immigration
And
questions.
we'll be. We'll
'cause
see if we
there's
can
not
do
that
it.
many immigration
Let's see.
songs in
Let's
the
see.
world.
Let's see if we can do it. Okay, let's go to. We're going to go to social media check-in.
Okay.
All right.
Something we call
have.
social media check-in. All right.
So fancy.
Okay.
So our first question is from Gloria McKee, and she said, "Good evening, Brad. How can you become a dual citizen, and what do you have to become to do one?"
Well, you got to
become
boogie,
one.
woogie, woogie till you just can't boogie no more. That's how you become a dual citizen. Next question. Everything's going to be a song. No,
I was going to say, get your back up off the wall.
That's not all the correct answers, guys.
Right, yeah,
We still have to answer them correctly.
No, I mean, a dual citizen, it depends on what country you're from. So what country is she from?
I gave you every little bit.
Basically,
I'm going to go Jamaica because
okay,
I feel like I've seen
all
Gloria
right, so
before.
if you're from Jamaica, it just happens automatically. But it depends what country you're from. But from Jamaica, it happens absolutely automatically. You get your U.S. passport. You have a Jamaican passport. When you fly to Jamaica, you show your Jamaican passport. Hi, I'm Jamaican. And when you fly to New York, you show your American passport and say, hi, I'm an American.
All right, I have one from Ankanbi. So ask it.
Nkandi.
No, Akanbi.
Akambi.
Akanbi Tohib.
Ah.
Whew. Mr. Tohib has questions.
Mr. Tohib got a long question.
A lot of questions.
All right. Actually, a question for his friend. Okay, so his friend, asking for a friend, his wife is a green card holder and about to file for her citizenship in January, and the husband is a student of out of status. So he wants to know if the wife should put married when filing for the citizenship in January because he's afraid that the immigration may find out that her husband is out of status and might come to take him to court because the wife also has a kidney problem.
Okay. All right. All right. Number one, you're going to tell the truth. You're going to say you're married, your husband's out of status. The 1 in a million that ICE comes and knocks on your door to take your poor husband away from a wife with a kidney problem, that deportation case will take years. Your citizenship will be 9 months, 10 months. As long as your husband hasn't committed a crime, he's entitled to bail. He won't sit in jail for those years. You will become a citizen well before they ever try to deport him. I promise you. Tell the truth, because if you found out to be married on and you say you're single on your citizenship, now you're going to have a problem because you've lied to the government. That's a crime. You're going to be denied your citizenship. Tell the truth. Nothing bad will. The worst thing that'll happen is they come for him. Okay, that's 1 in a million. The deportation case will take a lot longer than your citizenship. Everything will be fine. How's that?
That was good.
Okay.
There were no song lyrics in that, but
well, I could have done it, but I want to be.
We want it to be.
You know, the woman has a kidney problem and is
Yeah.
concerned about her husband. You can't sit there and just be, you know,
and say boogie woogie
boogie
woogie.
woogie
Yeah.
woogie down.
That
you
would
know,
be bad.
right? You can't go just boogie it down, right?
No, that would be.
Right.
We're gonna
wouldn't
be
be
sending
good.
a bunch of people
Yeah.
to the immigration office, just dancing away.
That's right.
Just. We have a question from Ambicioso Ash, who says, "I married a U.S. citizen before my son's 18th birthday. My husband petitioned for me in February, and now my son is here on a visitor's visa. If my son decides to stay here, could my U.S. citizen husband adjust his status after 90 days in the U.S.? My son is 18 right now."
When did they get married?
They got married, I'm not sure, before the son's 18th birthday.
The answer is yes.
And then she's got one more question. How long is she going to have to wait for her work permit if her husband filed for her in February?
March, April, May. She should be getting it by the end of the month.
Awesome. I have one from Enoch.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so he asked the question yesterday, so I don't know if we actually answered or not, but he's asking again. So he said, I asked a question yesterday about the man that was married to someone in Haiti and married to someone in USA, but the divorce never went through and still married to the one in Haiti and to the one in the USA.
Right,
I remember we talked about this.
this.
Yes. He said he needs an answer, please. What should he do?
Did we answer this yesterday, or
yeah,
maybe he
but
missed
like
it?
he said it again, so maybe he didn't. He probably
understand.
missed it.
Okay, so the marriage to the woman in America is void because you never divorced the woman in Haiti. Whether you and I remember this, he believed he was divorced.
Exactly.
The wife said he was divorced, or he believed it. I don't remember how he believed it, but he believed. So even though it was a mistake on your part, the law says you're not married to the woman in America. The law says you're married to the woman in Haiti. If you're in the United States, like for example, you're in New York for 2 years and there was a marriage in Haiti, you can do your divorce right here in New York. It'll take a couple months. You'll be divorced from the woman in Haiti. Now you are not married to anybody. You don't have to do anything with the marriage to the woman in America because that marriage was void from the beginning. So you don't have to do a divorce against her. You just have to do the divorce against the woman in Haiti. Once you divorce the woman in Haiti from America, don't go to Haiti to do the divorce. It'll take forever. Do it here in America. You divorce the woman in Haiti, in a few months, you're free to get married to anyone you want. Then you have to now go back and remarry the woman that you are already currently married to, and then file the immigration.
Oh, real quick?
Yes. Yeah.
What should he do? Just let him know what he should do to contact you. Like, tell him the number and everything because he wants to come in.
Okay, so maybe a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah.
Okay, the number that is going below this, where it says call 1-800-529-5465 to get your immigration questions answered, that is the telephone number to my law office. So not only if you want to call to get your immigration questions answered on our show, it's the same telephone number to call my office to schedule an appointment to see me.
Yeah. I think sometimes you just have to say that again.
Right.
You probably didn't know that.
Okay.
Cool.
We get new viewers who don't know how
Yeah,
it
it's all
rolls.
good. We
Hey.
family. We family.
Bridget wants to know, what can an individual do if someone is claiming that they're going to call immigration on them? Could a landlord report a tenant as being an out-of-status citizen? An out-of-status?
Yeah, I mean, anybody can do anything they want. I mean, you can't prevent anybody from doing it. But at the same time, you can't live in fear that people are going to do it. And you can't live in fear that if somebody calls, immigration's literally going to come knock on your door. The odds that immigration's going to go, knock on your door because some random landlord says there's somebody illegal living in my apartment are extraordinarily low. It's like, you walk across the street. The odds of getting hit by a car are extraordinarily low, but you're going to do it. But you got to get across the street. You can't just, cower on the corner. So you can't prevent anyone from doing anything they want. But at the same time, immigration officers, there's just so many of them, and there's millions and tens of millions of people who are out of status, and they got to pick and choose what they're going to do. So, the odds that somebody's going to call, you can threaten to call, and then actually call, and then you got to actually, if that person really wants to get immigration to come get you, they got to go literally call 4, 5, 6 times, go down to, they got to make it their life's mission to do it. And then maybe immigration will come, but you can't cower and be scared about it.
All right, I have one from Janine. Good evening. Can someone come from Jamaica, get married here, go back to Jamaica, and her husband file paperwork with her being in Jamaica?
Yes, you can. Absolutely. It'll take longer, take about 12, 15 months, but yeah.
I want to know the backstory to this question so much, but this is all I got, okay? Gina Lynn says, I'm wondering if the EB3 visa is real or fake. Like, I'm assuming...
Which EB3 visa are you talking about?
So there is... I'm assuming she's asking you, is there such a thing as an EB3 visa?
Yes, it's an employment-based third preference category visa. That would be your skilled worker.
It's a real thing, Gina
It's a real
Lynn.
thing, yes. It is a real thing.
All right. So this is a doozy.
Okay.
And it's in all caps, so are you going to yell it?
All caps.
Are you gonna yell it
I'm
at
going
me?
to say it like Brad would just speak regularly.
Are you yelling at me?
And the funny thing is, hello isn't in caps.
Okay.
But starting from Brad and the rest is all caps.
I'm scared now. Hello, Brad! Are they mad at me?
It's just, hello, Brad!
Are they mad at me? Are they mad at me?
No, I think it's just, they just
want my
need
attention.
the answer.
They just want my attention.
I'm going to go accidental caps lock. Is what it seems like.
So basically, you're gonna read it normal.
Yeah.
Okay, but how I'm gonna take it is, hello, Brad.
Exactly.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it. All right, let's
Exactly.
go. But you're gonna read it normal.
I'm gonna read it normal.
Don't yell at me. Just got out of the hospital.
Yeah. Sensitive.
Yeah,
All
very
right.
sensitive.
All right, so this is from Carrie Ann Wallace. Hello, Brad. My friend's husband got arrested by his job for theft. They were in the process of filing her papers when he got arrested. Now she has not been to visit him yet because she's afraid of getting arrested because of her status. He is on bond, and she was going to bond him out, and her friends are saying, no, don't do it. So here are the questions. What's your opinion on this? 1, can she go to visit him? 2, do you want to just answer those, and then I'll ask the rest?
Go bond him out because your husband's doing you no good in jail. Okay? No, don't go visit him. Just go pay the bail bondsman and bond him out, get him home, and let him file for you. The fact that he got arrested does not prevent him from filing for you. What prevents him from filing for you is he's in jail. Get him out of jail and get him back home.
Okay, so can she visit him? No.
Don't go visit him because you know, you hear these stories all the time. You heard about the pizza delivery man who went and delivered the pizza to the army base in Brooklyn, and the army called him and said you're illegal, and called immigration and held him. So you don't know, crazy guards, at army bases and jails. You don't know what they're going to do. Crazy people sometimes.
Right,
so better off stay away. All right, because I don't know who's the guard on duty at the moment that you're going in. But certainly go to the bail bondsman. He'll take your money and get him bailed out.
Okay. Can she take the papers to the jail for him to sign?
No. You can, yes, and file it. But if he's not living with you, how's he going to show up to an interview with you if he's in jail?
Okay.
And you're not going to the jail anyway.
Right. And he was held with over $5,000 in stolen goods in his car. So they say it's a felony. Is this going to hurt her immigration case?
No, as long as the man's not in jail.
All right, that was it.
How's that?
I think that was very
Was
thorough.
that very clear?
Yeah.
What you were saying is basically the only issue right now is that he is in jail.
So get him out.
Yeah.
Correct.
Get him out.
Correct.
That would be my issue as well. That would be my. Lillian wants to know, could I petition my legal aged son, so I'm assuming that means he's over 18 years old, to come and visit the USA using his B1, B2 visa? And how is it holding a B1, B2? And is it still valid to use to come over?
Okay, all right. None of those questions made sense. You don't petition for a B1, B2. Because you're not doing anything. He has a visitor's visa. He can come over and visit you. He doesn't have a visitor's visa. He has to go apply for one, but unlikely would get one because his mom is legal here. How is it to hold one? Pretty good, because you can come to America. And what's the final question?
Is it valid to use to come over to come visit.
If it's a valid visa, yes, you can use it.
What I think her real,
I don't understand what the real question is,
the real question is, could my son who has a B1, B2 visa come visit me and then I petition for him while he's here?
Ah, that's
I'm
a
thinking
different
this
story.
Is my Facebook translation.
Yeah, but why would you do that? Because he'll fall out of status. He's over 21. He's going to wait 7 years.
A quick update.
So you can file for him. He can come and go, but don't stay.
Right.
Okay.
Quick update. Bradshaw Live is winning 112-79. Groundhog Sam just gave those stats. Listen, law office. Come on, man. Y'all could get this.
They only won when I was dancing.
Yeah.
Right. If you don't like, next thing we're gonna, I don't know what we're gonna do next. We gotta, keep upping it. We gotta keep upping it.
Brad on some tassels.
We gotta keep upping it. But unless we bribe Spar and Bernstein to share, they don't do it.
Yeah. I mean, and they're working hard.
They're working hard.
Is like working hard, getting everybody. But I mean, yesterday we did say just at least try and get over 100, and they did that.
Yes.
So.
Does anyone else think it's weird, though, that the day that Spar Bernstein won, you ended up getting sick? Like, I feel like there was some sort of weird voodoo situation happening.
Oh, no, I already said it was conspiracy because Brad didn't want to dance,
I went to get my gallbladder out just to avoid dancing with tassels on.
You saw we got the tassels in the mail, and then you were like, I am out. I have somebody punched me real hard in the stomach.
All right, let's go to Craig in Las Vegas, Nevada. Craig.
Hey, hi.
How are you?
Oh my God, that was so sudden. I was just listening to y'all.
Yeah, well, this is how we operate here. Boom, we're chattering, and now Craig, you're on. All right.
Really, I want to work with you guys.
Okay, what's going on?
Really. Okay, so my question is, I got married on New Year's Eve, so my wife doesn't make enough money to, sponsor me the affidavit of support. So I was asking my aunt down in Florida if she could possibly do it, but the thing, she's going through the same process and filing for her husband. So she wanted to know if she could do both affidavit of support at the same time.
She can do as many affidavits of support as she can as long as she makes enough income.
That's
so if she's doing one for her husband, if she's doing one for her husband, she can do one for you too. It just depends on her income. That's all.
Yeah.
So if she makes a good living, she can do 2. She can do 10. She can do for all.
Yeah, she's a nurse.
So she can do for both 2 people at the same time. Absolutely.
Okay. So can I make a request, please?
Yeah. What?
Could y'all go live on Instagram because I don't have a Facebook and I really want to watch y'all and gather more
live on
information.
Instagram.
Right, y'all should be doing that for real because I don't have a Facebook.
Yeah, of course they let us go live on Instagram. The problem that we have, is through the magic of our digital studio. I'm just telling you what it is. Through the magic of a digital studio, all of this, other than me, Kim, and Jonathan, is all fake. This is an all digital studio.
Wait,
but
what?
so yeah, it is. You're like, this ain't real. None of this is real. So let me explain something to you. So Instagram doesn't allow us to put a digital studio backdrop on Instagram. We would have to build out a whole studio to actually do that.
Right.
And maybe we will. Now, excuse me.
Well,
now we could. That's Mike go by. Now we could. That's okay. I'm okay.
Right,
now we could conceivably figure out a way to go live on Instagram for parts of our show when I'm answering the questions, and you'll see just a random backdrop. And if you really want to see the real, it's not the end of the world to see a random backdrop instead of our fancy studio with pictures behind us. But maybe we should do that.
Or we could just film the screen.
Question.
Yes.
Could a friend do affidavit of support?
Yes. Anybody who's a U.S. citizen or a resident can do it.
Oh, perfect.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys doing a good job.
Thank you, Craig.
And what happened to Mr. Squeeze?
What happened to Mr. Squeeze? In life, everybody has to go their own ways at some point in time. You love somebody, you set them free, They love you, they come back. I don't know what else to say. All right, Mr. All right, Craig, hold on one second, all right? All right, let's go to Antilla in Brooklyn. Antilla.
Hi. I have a question for you.
Yes. Go ahead.
I was a ward of the state in 1998. I got a permanent residency after being taken from my mom. I am still a resident. I have mental and substance issues.
I don't hear you. Can you say again, please? What happened?
Are
you on a speakerphone? Can you come off like a Bluetooth or something?
Okay, can you hear me better?
No, it sounds like you're in you're in a laundry machine or something.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, try again now. Go quickly.
I was a ward of the state in 1998.
You were a ward of the state in 1988.
1998.
98, okay.
I got a permanent residency after being taken from my mom.
Special juvenile immigrant.
Yeah, I am still a resident. I have mental and substance abuse issues, but I have been in the system for a while. Will they grant me citizenship? I'm scared to apply for citizenship.
Yes, you can. You can. You can. Whatever your, whatever issues you have, to become a citizen, all that's required is you don't have a criminal record. You have 5 years good moral character. If you've been through the social system, doesn't have an effect on you becoming a citizen. Have you been arrested for any reason?
No.
No. So then, yes, you should be okay to file your citizenship. You shouldn't be scared.
Can I help my brother become a citizen even though he just got left back?
Yeah, I'm having trouble hearing you. You can't file for any of your family members because you got through a cinch. If everybody would have to do everything individually. But hold on, because we're having trouble. I'm really having trouble hearing you. But if you want to make a consultation, come in. But you going through the social system and whatever social, benefits you're getting now from the government has no effect on you becoming a citizen. Okay? You got your green card. That's a special juvenile immigrant. As long as you don't have a criminal record, you're okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, let's go to Tanya in Queens. Tanya.
I'm really having trouble hearing you.
Tanya, you just got to lower what? Tanya. I already heard what I said.
You don't want to hear it again?
Didn't need to hear it again. So anyway, Jonathan, Sunday.
Yeah.
You went, right? I know you got a good night's sleep Saturday night. Right?
Didn't.
You sure did, right?
Yeah.
You got like you said, wow, I'm gonna be at the Puerto Rican Day Parade. I better get some good.
I was like,
I better get some good sleep.
Yeah, that didn't
All
happen.
right. So you went. Jonathan went with Groundhog Sam and Patrice and Jilly Bean to the Puerto Rican Day Parade to show their support.
Yeah.
And then they took their camera with them.
Yeah.
Right? Is that what happened?
Every once in a while,
they bring the camera. So let's, how are people doing basically, or what they have to say about what the aftermath of Hurricane Maria?
Very disappointed, with the response of help and the state that they're still currently in.
Mm-hmm.
They definitely had a lot to say about that, and the main thing is I wanted them to, speak their mind and speak their voice, and there was a lot of young Puerto Ricans that I actually was speaking to, men and women, and just to see the hurt in them, because their families actually
over 5,000 people died from that hurricane.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about it.
Nobody's
Trump's not
talking
talking about it
at all, and
right?
they brought up the case of Trump throwing the paper towels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just
a joke.
It's a joke.
Yeah,
it's a mockery.
He made it a joke.
He made it a joke, and
Yeah.
this is their family that it's a devastation, and there's still people, like a bunch of people, thousands of people with no power,
Right.
barely
Terrible.
food. So as much as the Puerto Rican parade is always about celebration, it definitely was still a little somber, in memory of all the people lost and the people that are still currently suffering.
A lot of people suffering.
Yeah.
All right, let's watch.
It was really nice though. up, Brad Squad? It's your boy Jonathan Elias here at the Puerto Rican Day Parade here in New York City. All right, now a little history for you guys. The first Puerto Rican Day Parade was actually held April 13th, 1958, but today it's held the second Sunday in June. So the parade honors the nearly 4 million inhabitants of Puerto Rico and all people of Puerto Rican birth and heritage. The parade goes along 5th Avenue from 44th Street all the way to 86th Street, attracting nearly 2 million spectators, making it one of the largest parades in New York City and also one of the largest outdoor events in the United States. The parade is always about celebration, but this year it'll be a little somber because they will be remembering the lives lost in Hurricane Maria. This year, the parade will be honoring very special people. We got musician Luchacita Benitez, the former New York Yankee catcher Jorge Posada, and also actor Isai Morales. That's pretty big. Hey, yo, Brad Squad, you guys are in for a treat. Come with me and let's go check out that parade. So what are we doing here today?
We came out, we're from New Jersey, but we had to come, show our pride. We do this like every year. Last year we didn't get to come, but this year, especially everything that happened, we're proud to be here, so.
We came for the parade, you know, we're trying to get lit, we're trying to be lit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about you?
Same, just trying to
honor the culture.
Yeah.
Right here, we're just celebrating Puerto Rican Day Parade with our brothers and sisters and, you know, just traveling around, seeing what's up, and just trying to follow the crowd, you know, just have some fun out here.
We're here to celebrate with our people from Puerto Rico. This is their national day, so we come to sell flags here.
Yeah.
So they're our brothers too.
So you guys Puerto Rican?
Yes, sir, both of us.
Yeah, and proud, right?
Oh yeah. Family's from Fajardo and Aguadilla, which is the two separate, like opposite separate sides of the island.
Ah, how about you? Do you know?
Mine is from Añasco and Mayagüez, which is on the left side.
So where are you guys from?
We are from Nigeria.
Hey, what part?
I'm from Lagos, Nigeria.
Okay, and you?
I'm from Lagos.
Where are you from?
What?
Where were you born?
Well, I was born in Puerto Rico.
Oh.
I came over here when I have 9 years.
How long ago?
Woo, forget about half 93.
You're 93?
93 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
My heritage, I'm Puerto Rican.
Dope, dope.
Proud to be it.
Yeah, I like that. When did your family come to the mainland?
In the early 70s.
Okay.
I was in 1936, the parade. I was watching, I was a kid.
Wow. When did your family come to the mainland?
My family was born here. Yeah. Okay. So one of my parents was born here, they're both Puerto Rican, and the other one came here, she's like 2 years old, and then her mom came here with all her children.
How long have you been here in America?
2 years now.
Nice, and how's the transition been?
It's been good.
My great-grandmother, that was like before 1951.
Do you know?
My grandfather was actually in the war, so when the war ended, he came over here. So.
Okay. So how long have you been in America?
A couple of months. It's been so good, like so nice.
Was it your first time coming to America?
Yes.
Where's your family's heritage from? Where are you from?
My mom's Irish and my dad's Greek, so I'm Greek and Irish.
I'm a second generation Puerto Rican. My grandmother was born in Ponce, Puerto Rico, and she then came when she was like 8 or 9 years old to the Bronx, and then that's when we started living and becoming Americanized.
Do you feel like they were treated like Americans, you know, coming here from Puerto Rico?
I guess my family was, like, we were poor when we were younger, so like they were all working class and stuff like that, but it was easier for us, I guess, to speak English, so like my generation, they were better speaking than like theirs, so little by little we started to get better at it.
How about you?
I would say the same.
Yeah, I mean, they got their jobs. They weren't treated or discriminated against. They were hardworking just like any other American in the state. And I don't feel like we're oppressed as a people. It's just my biggest issue is like we're not able to vote legally for our president, even though we've been a territory for Lord knows how many years.
Do you feel like they were treated fairly like Americans when they came here in the 70s?
Well, Puerto Rico's always been excluded from the rest of the migration that go on. So they pretty much made it through. I mean, they had their ups and downs, but our culture's definitely been striving for many years, and we've always been sort of different. The untreatment was there, but we made it. I'm here now.
Exactly, that's what matters, right?
Yes, yes.
Do you have any family members or knew anybody that was affected by Hurricane Maria?
Absolutely, my whole family was affected by it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They lost light, they lost water, and we didn't speak to them for about a month or two.
That must have been scary.
Yeah, no, my parents were really worried.
My mom's went out there. to give some relief. Brought some candles, you know, brought LED lights and stuff, whatever could be brought, you know, over there, and she helped out a lot.
See both sides of my family on each side of the island. They lost light, they lost power for months, and like they still lose light every now and then. So like people don't realize that, but like they have water. They're still happy, like we still have our spirits, but it's still like not perfect out there.
None of my personal family, I don't know any of my relatives that live there, but I have heard of the devastation. I was really sad to hear that the government hasn't been really helping out our people since all the power lines are down, all the infrastructure is getting ruined, and it's sad that we're not helping out our brothers and sisters out there. That's how I personally feel.
FEMA has been criticized by their, you know, response to, you know, the crisis. What do you guys feel about that?
I mean, I feel the same way. It's rough because everybody's like, oh, like Puerto Rico's a commonwealth, so everybody thinks of it as a state. But I feel like the way they helped, like we weren't treated as like normal Americans. Like they were left out there for months. They weren't like, there wasn't a good effort that was put out there, especially for different parts of the island. They just put on light in San Juan and called it a day for some parts.
I feel like it's a process and that like the effort so far is okay, but it's not enough. Like there needs to be more in order for Puerto Ricans to get back to at least as half as good as they were before.
Yeah, I didn't like the fact that they had to, you know, like fight for food and like basically fight for survival. Like that shouldn't have been done.
With the death toll being that high, I would have to say yes. I'll have to say that maybe they didn't respond as prompt as they should have.
Donald Trump was doing the whole paper towel stunt when he was throwing it in the crowd. I think we understood how he felt back then. And if it's going to keep going that way, I think it's up for us and our people to just keep our spirits and rebuild and just keep each other in our own arms.
So what do you guys think they should have done, or what they should do now at least?
I mean, I think it should have been equal response. The same way they respond here in the States, they should have responded out there. And then the same thing, like they have to keep trying. People still don't have light. Like they reported every day there's thousands of homes without light and people are still struggling for food. So I think they need to keep helping and just try to rebuild the infrastructure while they're at it.
Yeah, well, how about you?
Same.
America obviously can do more and should do more, and they're not doing anything. It's just, I mean, why wouldn't we help them? Help people in Puerto Rico and Puerto Rico in general. It's just like, I don't know, that's just my opinion. I just feel like us as Americans, we should be helping people. Like Puerto Rico's right there, you know, why wouldn't we go there and help them? And I just think there's not enough that we're doing.
Still, like, more needs to happen. There's a lot of people who still don't have electricity, lights, water, and my grandmother just came back from doing missionary work, and she said that when she was there, the police were on strike. So it's a lot going on down there. I'm about to go in August, so we'll see.
Like setting up more camps, more aid, something similar to like what we did in South Texas with Houston when they were devastated. They had a lot of awareness. We had superstars like J.J. Watt helping out with the relief, and just some, like, if anyone could just like donate to the people of Puerto Rico because they're really struggling right now.
I want to ask you guys, what are some misconceptions that you feel like Americans have of people, of Puerto Ricans?
I don't really know any misconceptions. It's not like really blatant out there, but sometimes I do feel like we're treated as second-rate citizens for the simple fact that we can't vote for our president. There's 3.5 million people approximately who live in Puerto Rico, and they don't have the right to vote for who's going to be in office. So that's kind of messed up since we're a territory of the U.S. So I think we should merge, honestly.
The misconception that plagues us, shall I say, is that we're thought of as a immigrant, but we are nationally born citizens of the United States. Right. So they put us in that category with the other Latin people. But like I said, we're different.
I don't know any misconceptions either, to be honest with you. I just know stereotypes, but yeah.
Okay. Do you feel like since your family came here from Puerto Rico that you guys are living the American dream?
Yeah, I think obviously we're blessed. Like we were raised out here. We're both in college. Like I just graduated, so I know a lot of my cousins will never get that, so I'm lucky. But like I'm waiting for the day that we can go back to Puerto Rico and help out. So, you know, that's the ultimate goal.
We're living the American dream for life, for real.
How about you?
America for
Yeah,
life.
we're living our dream right here.
Came in as a student. So I'd like to stay in the United States of America.
Okay.
It's a home for everybody. It's a land of freedom.
Yeah. How about you?
The same way. Almost definitely. I mean, we did start in like the slums of South Bronx. We lived in My Haven for a couple years, moved to Patterson, then moved to Fairlawn. So we just kept going and going. And whenever the money came through, we just kept upgrading our life to fit our ideal American dream.
completely agree. In America, there's so many more like opportunities for people to like get jobs and stuff and go to college, and like places in Puerto Rico, like it's kind of hard to do that and get a good education.
I don't think anybody's really living their American dream because racism is still here.
How about you?
Same, and our president is not helping much, so that takes a big toll.
I just think there's a lot of stigma because like we are individuals of color too, and you know like it's bad. It's like we're African American and Puerto Rican, so like I feel like that's even more. Like we gotta fight even harder for this.
Love American, baby. Don't tell me that. I'm American.
Yes.
I'm not Puerto Rican. I'm American.
You're American. Okay.
Thank you. And your show is the best.
Yeah.
The best.
Our show is the best.
The best.
You hear it from him. Well, there you have it, Brad Squad. The Puerto Rican Day Parade is definitely a parade that you guys want to go to. It's full of pride, culture, and a lot of great people, as you can see from a lot of the interviews that we did. I'm definitely going to come here next year. All right, Brad Squad, cheer.
I love that 93-year-old guy.
He was amazing.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know if this is a fun fact, but it is a fact. I didn't know this, actually. Julie told me this. In 1947, the Puerto Rican legislature outlawed the Puerto Rican flag for about 11 years. And if you were showed the Puerto Rican flag up through 1957, you would go to jail for many years. And what they were trying to do was stem, there was a tide for independence after the end of World War II for Puerto Rico to be its own country.
Right.
And I guess the people who were in charge of Puerto Rico at the time didn't want that to happen. They wanted to stay part of the United States. So they made it illegal to show, if you displayed a Puerto Rican flag, jail.
Wow.
And then in 1958, the Supreme Court said that was illegal. And that was the same year that the Puerto Rican parade started in New York.
Wow.
That's such a weird way to try to get at that issue.
And now maybe that's why all the flags are everywhere.
There's so many, right?
For the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Maybe that's where it all stems from.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was not born at the time. We're gonna go to Tanya in Queens. Tanya.
Yes.
How
hello.
are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
What's going on?
Okay, I have a quick question. I'm a permanent resident and I got arrested for petty theft, and my lawyer filed 894, so I didn't get a conviction, but I got everything expunged.
Where did this happen?
It happened in Louisiana.
Okay, I don't know the laws of Louisiana. And expungement doesn't mean it's not a criminal conviction. I assume a petty offense is a petty offense no matter where you would go, but until I actually look at the laws of Louisiana, I couldn't tell you 100%. How long ago did this happen?
It happened over a year ago, but the thing is, I wasn't sure if I could go ahead. My husband is in the military, so they wanted to file for my citizenship through them, so I wasn't sure if it was a good idea to go ahead.
I don't think it would be a good idea until you come see us and let us actually review exactly the section of law that you pled guilty to in Louisiana.
Okay.
All right, hold on one second, okay? All right, make an appointment to see us. All right, so let's go quickly, social media check-in. For our last check-in of the day, we have about 3 or 4 minutes.
Perfect.
All right, I have one from Lovable Badass.
Oof. Is Lovable Badass?
With 2 Z's.
Is this a man or a woman?
It's a woman.
It's a woman.
That would be a weird man name.
You don't ever know these days.
Lovable Badass.
Yes.
All right. Hi, Brad. How are you? My daughter was pregnant and went shopping in the U.S. From Jamaica. Baby was due in July and was to return in March, but she had an accident and was admitted into the hospital. The baby was born a preemie, and she's still in the hospital. Now she can't leave before the baby is released. What can she do?
She's got huge problems, and she should come see us immediately because she gave birth on a visitor's visa. It's a big problem.
Oof.
Even if it was an accident.
Even if it was an accident.
Right. Because you would have plenty of time on that, like leave
Yikes.
it March. Abigail says, I'm asking for a friend. Is it okay for an immigrant to do a voluntary background check for church that requires it if you're working with children?
Yeah, why not?
All right. So Lorraine Reed says on Lisa. Maybe this is for Lisa. Or I don't know. We'll see. I'm with my husband for 17 years, married for 11 years. He's messing around. So if I divorce him, what am I entitled to? Am I entitled to any of his disability or Social Security?
You're entitled to a percentage of the marital assets in which you contributed. So I don't know what you contributed. It would be impossible for me to tell you. But let me just give you. If you're also entitled, depending on what state you live in. I assume every state has maintenance or alimony. The fact that he's cheating on you, at least in New York, wouldn't entitle you to any additional money unless thank you very much, unless he actually took money, like he took the woman he was cheating on, to dinner, to a restaurant, bought her clothes, flowers, took her on trips. Then he used marital assets, which partially were yours, on this woman, and you would be entitled to that back. So it's a big thing to figure out what you would be entitled to, and that would require a consultation.
Lean says, if I applied for Medicaid, would they deny me getting my citizenship?
No. Should.
Talise Gordon says, hi, Brad. My husband filed for an I-130 for my kids in April of this year. When do you think they'll come to the U.S.? My husband is a citizen and the kids are in Jamaica.
If they're under 21, it should take a little over a year.
Tanette says, if you married a U.S. citizen before your child turned 18, and a month or two after their 18th birthday passes, could your husband still file for them?
Yes, because the relationship had to happen before the 18th birthday, and that relationship is the marriage between you and your husband. So any child under 18 on the day of marriage remains the stepchild of your husband up until 20. I mean, up forever, but 21, it's an immediate relative, which is it's a year or less. So the answer is yes. Maybe I stumbled on that. Maybe I didn't.
No, I think that made sense.
That made sense?
That made
Okay.
sense to me.
Yeah, the answer is yes.
You right.
Yes.
All right, I have one from Shango. Can you get a motion to advance your individual merits hearing if you have an immediate visa available and DHS does not oppose?
Yeah, but you have to ask the judge. It also depends on the judge's schedule. If the judge can fit you in, why wouldn't the judge finish your case?
And that's all we got on social media.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now we come to the point of the day that's my favorite.
It's your favorite?
The comment of the day.
Wow.
The comment.
Because I can't read all the comments because I'm sitting here talking the whole time.
Right.
Oh, by the way, what was the final?
Oh, 153 to 80. Bradshaw Live page.
That's just a trouncing.
But I've got to be honest. Spar Bernstein is arguing the validity of the count.
They are
I did see
hardcore.
that. I saw that. Lisa Bling Rose thinks she's over 100.
Yeah, because she said
we're counting based on what Facebook tells us.
right.
So unless Facebook statistics are incorrect, which is possible, I don't know.
They've been wrong before.
They've been wrong before. Maybe Facebook makes everything up. Maybe there's 10 million people watching us right now.
I definitely give them an A for effort, though. They
What?
they
They're
were
trying.
they were trying
They were
hardcore.
trying very hard.
And they're all. Dane was like, I shared 27 times.
Right.
Lisa Bling was like, I shared 20.
Maybe Facebook hasn't updated as quickly as they should.
Maybe that's
Maybe
it.
it's an update.
Maybe
problem.
they don't count. I mean, they count all the shares to
They should
all.
count it. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so what's comment of the day?
So-
Drum roll, please.
Comment of the day, since you didn't get to see it, went to Cece Mitchell, who said, I have a confession. I went on the Spar Bernstein feed and shared just to see Brad dance. That's how they won.
That's funny. They had defectors just for the day.
Just for that day.
Defectors for the day. I like that. That was really good. Now I really owe him a dance.
Right,
Now I
you
really
really
owe
do.
him a dance. All right, as soon as I'm better, I promise. I'm gonna see, we're not going to see you tomorrow. Programming note.
Okay,
programming. Yeah.
Programming note. It is, our buddy down in Jamaica, Tricus Taylor, may be upset, but it's Zach's prom tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah. So, all the parents get together to,
see them all.
See them off
we
in their
take
tuxedo and take the
pictures.
pictures and everything.
Yeah.
And
Nice.
unfortunately, they do proms at night, not during the day.
On a
So,
Wednesday?
on a-
That's such a weird
yeah,
day
that's
for
the
prom.
prom. It's the prom.
Oh, is this his first prom?
Yeah.
Do you get
Wow.
emotional about stuff like this?
No,
not
but
gonna
I still,
cry?
but I still got to be there.
Yeah, you have to be
Right.
there. You have to take the picture where everyone's looking in 12 different directions.
I still got to be there.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
so unfortunately, I will not be here tomorrow. So this was planned months ago, but I didn't know about my emergency
Your
surgery.
gallbladder.
All right.
Right,
So
right.
I'm sorry for everybody. Had we known, I would have canceled. Told them to do the prom at different. You can't.
Yeah,
That's what
right.
it is.
Petition.
But I will be back on Thursday and Friday. So we'll see you in 48 hours. Thanks for watching. So Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.